Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Heidi Cook. Thank you for joining us today. So the summer is winding down. Last week all of our kids went back to school. Football is right around the corner, so that means that fall is here. And as you can see, we have some fall type things to show you today. In just a few minutes, I am going to have our dietitian from the spa at West Glen, Jessica Schrader, come out and join me. Jessica has been with the spa at West Glen for just over 4 years. What she does at the spa is she sees clients for nutritional consults, sports nutrition consults, body composition analysis, and she also runs our weight loss program, the Ideal Protein Weight Loss Method. So the clients that see Jess absolutely adore her. It's her compassion and her supportive way. But she can also, when someone needs that nudge, she can give them that gentle nudge. What I appreciate about Jess is she is truly authentic, meaning she walks the walk. What I mean by that is Jess is a marathon runner. She just completed a week and a half ago her 10th marathon. That was her second one of the summer, and she is training now for the Chicago Marathon. But in addition to that, or beyond that, she truly eats the way that she counsels her patients. It's not uncommon for me to see her coming out of the spa break room with a plate full of cut yellow, red, orange peppers with cottage cheese or with a leafy green lettuce salad. So we are going to have Jess come out here and go through a couple of things with you. But before we get to that, I want to give a shout out to Sam and Gabe's Restaurant. Check them out on Hickman Road. They're open for dinners. They have live music on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights. And they will be opening a second location soon in the East Village. So check them out on samandgabes.com. And we'll be right back. Welcome back. Today's topic is going to be all about antioxidants. So in a couple of the past shows, you can remember I talked about oxidation being one of the processes that speed up aging and bring on the symptoms of chronic illness, chronic disease that we see later on as we age. So as a refresher, oxidation is a reaction that occurs very normally in our body with any metabolic reaction. So it's very typical in our body. The thing is, the byproduct of the oxidative reaction is a free radical. Those free radicals are those molecules that are missing an electron, and they're going to go out and seek that electron from other cells in your body. When they steal that electron, they can damage that cell, that tissue, that organ, and that can lead to chronic illness and disease. Our body has some natural antioxidant properties to fight off these free radicals, but because of the things that we are exposed to, we have too many free radicals. Our body just cannot keep up. Some of the things that we do is it can be eating a poor diet, alcohol, cigarettes, environmental exposures, pollution. All of those things increase the free radicals in our body. Therefore, we need to get more antioxidants in our diet. So for today, we're going to focus on 3 different types of antioxidant groups, and I want to tell you just a little bit about them before I bring Jess out. The first one is vitamin A, and these are in 2 different categories, typically retinoids and carotenoids. So the retinoids you may be familiar with, as we've talked about retinols as far as skincare, which is a vitamin A product. But retin A is also very good for vision. I think you probably remember when you were little and they said eat your carrots for vision. Beyond that, it is good for immune function. It helps with cell growth and differentiation. So these antioxidants will cover many of those other things. The second one is vitamin C, also known as L-ascorbic acid. This one you may be very familiar with because when you get a cold, typically it's what people say, have you taken more vitamin C? Or a lot of the other products, Emergent C, Airborne, contain big doses of vitamin C. Vitamin C is also very good for wound healing, for immune function, for regulating a lot of other functions and reactions in your body. And then last is vitamin E. And vitamin E is really great at fighting those little free radicals. In addition, it is great for skin, it's great for collagen, and it's also very good for blood vessels, keeping things from not sticking, not clogging in those vessels, so very good for cardiovascular effects. So overall, lots of different things that antioxidants can do for general health, for cardiac, for kidney. So we're going to talk about how you can get those in your diet. So I'm going to have Jess come out and join us, and we will get started. Hello.
Hello. Thanks for having me again.
Thanks for coming.
Yes.
Okay, so let's start with vitamin A.
Yes. So, you know, this time of year really is truly ideal for talking about antioxidants because we have such an abundance, here in Iowa at least, of produce. So we have a lot of orange, yellow, green, and red vegetables that really are high in a lot of these antioxidants. And so this is just a showcase, and what I want for the viewers to see is how easy it is to get a lot of these vitamins from your diet very simply. My motto is keep it simple, and that's how I survive, and that's how I get my vegetables every day, is I keep it simple. I don't overcomplicate it. I think a lot of people think it's hard to get vegetables because they think they're just complicated, and it really doesn't have to be that way.
Yeah, especially if they're not familiar with the vegetable.
Right, exactly. So first I'm going to start by showing a fun, easy recipe using sweet potatoes. And sweet potatoes are actually one of the highest sources of vitamin A, plant source vitamin A. So what I did here was I did sweet potato tots. Okay. So we have, here's a whole sweet potato for those of you who may or may not have ever seen a whole sweet potato. And what I did to prepare this recipe was I washed, I skinned using like a potato peeler, and then I cut them into quarters, and then I steamed them. Okay. I use a rice cooker, the top part of the steamer, to steam it, and then a food processor, so pulse it, and it creates like a crumble. So you can kind of see in here the crumble that it kind of makes, and you mix it with Parmesan cheese. And so it's super simple, that's all you do. And then I used a cookie scooper, just because I like to have nice uniform sizes and everything. That's just me. And then what you're gonna do is, I have fresh grated Parmesan cheese here. You're just gonna roll it in the Parmesan cheese, and this would be a great thing to do with the kids as well. They love getting involved. So why not get them involved and see how eating healthy can be so much fun? And then just place it on there, and because they're a tot, you know, like a tater tot, they might be more enthusiastic about eating it. And then you just place on a tray. Make sure to do parchment paper. I made the mistake of not doing parchment paper the first time, and I had to scrub this pan really, really well because the Parmesan cheese kind of burns onto it. And then this is the finished product. So it creates a really pretty tater tot there, if you want to call it a tater tot. And it tastes wonderful. They are awesome. And the other thing I want to mention is that these are great to not, like if you want to just scoop them, put them on a tray and then freeze them just like this. Okay. They freeze great, and then you just kind of pop them into a Ziploc baggie, put them in the freezer, and then that's going to be a great weeknight veggie that you can just pull from the freezer instead of having to cook them at each time you make them. So if you make one big batch, be efficient with your time, and then throw them in the freezer, and then all you got to do is pull them from the freezer just like the store-bought tater tots. And
yes, and sweet potatoes are such a good choice instead of using a potato or anything like that.
You're going to get a lot more nutrients. You know, sweet potatoes still have some potassium and other nutrients just like a white potato, vitamin C, and but you're going to get so much more out of the sweet potato, especially with the vitamin A, that it's going to pack a better punch.
Yeah. So. Okay, and when we are done, we are going to put the recipes up on our website.
Yes.
So if you go to relaxdesmoines.com and under the nutrition tab, we'll have all of the recipes listed for you, so they can go and find everything about that.
And I'm hoping to have, you know, picture details and everything to go along with it, so it'll show step by step how to do it and make it super easy for you to do at home.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
Okay, and we'll take a quick break and be back.
All right, so before break, we talked about an easy recipe for incorporating sweet potatoes into the diet. I also want to mention that it's really easy to just throw the sweet potato in the microwave for 3 minutes and it warms it up perfectly, and you have a nicely warmed up sweet potato that you can eat at work. Makes it really easy for you to do. But we showed how to do the sweet potato tots and put them on the tray here, and then here's the finished product. So another great source of vitamin A is butternut squash. And I love butternut squash, and I just feel like it doesn't get enough attention. It's plentiful here in Iowa. A lot of people have never even seen it before. When you cut it open, it looks a lot like pumpkin because it has a pumpkin seed. It kind of smells like pumpkin. But it's great for a lot of different purposes. In our household, we love it mashed, actually sort of like mashed potatoes.
Yep.
That's my favorite way. My grandma made it that way for me, and so I guess that's probably why I love it that way. But another fun way, and I kind of talked about this last time I was on the show, I talked about spiralizing. Spiralizing is still a big deal because it just makes vegetable eating so much easier and so much more fun, really. So I just can't even go without it anymore because I just love it so much. So today I spiralized some butternut squash noodles, and I wanted to show everybody how easy it can be done. So this is a spiralizer. You can find one on Amazon for $29.99. There are many different brands and many different styles and types. My favorite is this Paderno one because I love how easy it is to throw in the dishwasher on the top rack. It makes it very easy and efficient for people who, again, need quick recipes on a weeknight. Yes. And honestly, in my opinion, using the spiralizer is so much faster than sitting and chopping up vegetables. But it can thin them up and make them really easy for cooking. So just to show you how easy it is, you'll want to make sure you have a firm base here. Stick it in there, and then you just kind of turn it. Sometimes the butternut squash can be kind of hard to turn because it is a thick vegetable. And then as you can see, the noodles kind of come out there on the other end. And here is the finished product. So I also love this Inspiralized cookbook. It has a lot of great recipes that you can refer back to for just about any kind of vegetable. And then also on their website, inspiralize.com, there's a lot of great recipes as well. I will also have these recipes on our website so that you can refer, or if you want to check out that website, you can just click the link on our website and it'll shuttle you there. So.
And I know you love this. So what else do you spiralize? I know zucchini.
I primarily do zucchini.
Okay.
I have also spiralized jicama.
Okay.
Which is another low-carb vegetable that's great as fries and whatnot. You can do rutabaga, turnips, and all of those root vegetables are going to be, again, plentiful this fall.
Right.
And just they make a really good mix. So I could envision like spiralizing all of them, mixing them together, putting them on a sheet pan with a little olive oil, salt, and pepper, pop them in the oven at 400, and
be very easy.
Hearty, delicious, cold fall night meal for vegetables. So.
Very good. Okay, so
right.
that is our butternut squash.
Yes.
And then the next one, still vitamin A.
Still vitamin A.
Okay.
So the next recipe that I made was black-eyed peas. And black-eyed peas don't necessarily have a large amount of vitamin A in them, but they are very healthy for a lot of different reasons because they are a legume. They have fiber and other plant nutrients in them. They even have some vitamin E. So I chose this recipe because it's actually near and dear to my heart. I've just loved it for so many years. I was introduced to it from a dietitian, a fellow dietitian who actually is from India, and she told us a story about how her mom used to make this for her and her siblings for an after-school snack. Yep. We all looked at each other like, oh my gosh, like if I could get my kids to eat this as an after-school snack, that'd be great. And I have had my kids eat it, and they do like it. But her mom would make this for them, and they would just eat it as a snack after school. And I just was amazed by it and decided to try and make it, and I loved it. And what I actually do is I take it to tailgates. So as we talk about fall, and football season is right around the corner, and I think a lot of us here in the state of Iowa are going to be heading to tailgates this weekend even. This is a great healthy recipe that is honestly going to be loved by a lot of people. It also has a lot of great spices in it, and one in particular is turmeric. And turmeric is very high in antioxidants, and it's actually known and has been well researched for its anti-inflammatory properties.
Absolutely.
And so this is what a raw turmeric kind of looks like. It's kind of an interesting look to it. But then what most people are going to use is more like the ground turmeric in recipes here in the United States anyways. So.
Okay, so several different recipes, several different vegetables dealing with vitamin A. Before we move on to the next one, I want to also, again, take this back to anti-aging and skincare, that your vitamin A is what makes up your retinoid products, or your retinols. So you can ingest them, and that will give full body effects, and then topicals will help with any skin type things also. So, okay, let's move on to vitamin C.
Yay. So, as she said earlier, I love peppers. And as you can see, they're beautiful and lots of color. So that's going to be great for getting your vitamin C. So I always know that when I eat my peppers, I get my vitamin C every day. You don't have to just eat them raw though. You can eat them cooked in stir fries or in like Mexican style dishes. All you got to do is chop them up quick, or slice them up really. Throw them in a pan with a little olive oil and salt and pepper, and they pair great with some fajita meat, taco meat, whatever your family is wanting to make that night. Tomatoes. Here in Iowa in August, I mean, what more can you think of than fresh Iowa grown tomatoes? So tomatoes are a great source of vitamin C. So get out there and get those fresh Iowa tomatoes. Next up is strawberries. I did want to include a fruit in here because obviously fruits are all very high in vitamin C, but one of the highest is strawberries. So, you know, strawberries can be great as a dessert or a snack for the kids. My kids love having that as a snack. So make sure you try and incorporate that this season. Brussels sprouts. So I wanted to include Brussels sprouts because they are so high in vitamin C. And they're also a vegetable that I feel like doesn't get enough credit.
I agree.
Yeah. So I feel like a lot of people, when I say Brussels sprouts, are like, oh, Brussels sprouts. And I'm like, well, how did you cook them? Because a lot of people have had them boiled to death, and they're awful. And the other thing is you have to cut them. So when you prepare these, this is what they look like off the vine. A lot of times you will also find them like on their stem, and then you kind of just chop them off of their stem. And then as you can see, they have like this little nub here, and you're just going to chop that off. And then what I do is I like to quarter them and spread them out on a sheet pan with aluminum foil, and then again olive oil, salt, and pepper, and then pop them in the oven at 400 just like everything else. And they are delicious. We actually just had them last night for dinner, and my kids love Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, we like throwing them, slicing them and throwing them on the grill when we throw our chicken or our steak on there. So yeah, very good.
So grilled, roasted. The best way is to cook them though, cut up and or on the grill. The other thing is you can even shave them like with a grater and shave them. There's a couple recipes matching them with the butternut squash noodles in a fun recipe. Great. So lots of fun things you can do there. Okay, because it's fall, we all love our hearty foods. So I decided to do mashed cauliflower because that's another staple in our household. We love mashed cauliflower. And mashed cauliflower is super easy. Just take your cauliflower, cut it up, and then steam it. And then again, a food processor. So as you can kind of tell, some of the staples in my household are my spiralizer,
and your food processor,
a steamer, and a food processor. Those are key in my kitchen. And so, and they really make vegetable prep so much easier, so much less hassle. So here is the mashed cauliflower. And then I wanted to include a grapefruit because a grapefruit is another great source of vitamin C. You can actually just have half of a grapefruit to get a large amount of vitamin C for the day. So it's a very concentrated source of vitamin C. And grapefruit juice, which you want to make sure is like all natural with no added sugars, is also another great way if you don't want to eat grapefruit in the whole form.
The grapefruit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then vitamin E. So I just brought some almonds and sunflower seeds because that's such an easy way to get a good source of vitamin E for the day. And I love snacking on almonds or throwing some sunflower seeds on a salad. Such an easy way to get your vitamins.
Very good. And along with the vitamin C and vitamin A in the skincare products, there's actually a vitamin C and E product, and then also all those antioxidants are also in the essential serum. So just as a quick wrap up here, so antioxidants extremely important to your body for fighting for your health, to decrease aging. We're very lucky that the fall fruits and vegetables that are either out now or going to be abundant soon really give us a huge punch of antioxidants. Mm-hmm. So we will have these all up on our website. So you can go to relaxdesmoines.com and check them out under the nutrition tab. And then if you have any other questions, Jess is there 5 days a week and can take phone calls, and we also have an email request on our website if you have any questions. So take a look, have some healthy recipes, yes, and even to your tailgate.
Yes. And also, just another note that we are running a special at the spa in the month of September for $100 off a nutrition consultation package for our weight loss program. So be sure to check that out. That'll be on our website as well.
Yep, yep. So thank you for joining us today. So thank you for joining us today. Jess, our dietitian from the spa at West Glen, has shown us a bunch of different ways that we can get antioxidants into our diet. From some of the fall vegetables like butternut squash, sweet potatoes, all the way through cauliflower and some of our favorite vegetables such as strawberries and grapefruit. So look on the Spa at West Glen's website. You can find all these recipes under the nutrition tab. And you can take these to your tailgates, make them for your family. Antioxidants are wonderful for overall health, for fighting aging, decreasing the risk factors for cancer, cardiovascular effects. So really check them out, make a concerted effort to get them in your diet, and we'll all be healthier for that.